Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Callahan Hill of Mahi Championship. I'm standing here with Ernie Anacott, captain of the Ocean Grown. It's a 62-foot Viking. What year is this boat, Cap?
04.
04. They actually won the Calcutta, the Wahoo Calcutta, in the 2024 Mahi Championship. I think he walked with almost $10,000 last year. That's not bad for a little bycatch for a Mahi tournament. This year we got $50,000, first place on the line, and plus Calcuttas, always getting the Calcuttas. So what we do right now is we got a bunch of rigs. This is how Cap fishes. He's going to walk us through his daily routine on how he gets ready to go fishing, what he does to target bigger mahi, and 72-pound wahoo too.
Yeah,
right?
Obviously, yeah.
They caught a 72-pound wahoo last year, I think, on a dink rig too.
Kind of on one of these.
Yeah, little chuggerhead,
mold craft.
Yeah. So go ahead and walk us through what we do to get ready to go fishing.
Some of the value we've already prepped. Good to go here. Floss rigs, obviously, are pretty simple. You have your lead on your floss rig here. What I like to do is starting off by putting it upside down and getting the gill plates apart. Sort of like that.
And when you prep the bait before, as you'll see back here, he's real meticulous about prepping the bait. I mean, anywhere from pooping the bait to really getting all those guts out to make it limber as possible, and pulling that skin off of the beak too. So I mean, because that skin gets fouled up on the hook, you say sometimes.
It'll prevent that barb from getting in on a good hookup for you.
So the more you pay attention to prepping your bait, the better your hookup ratio is going to be.
Absolutely. I like to take these fins. Some people like to cut them off. Some people don't. I fold them down the side. And I open up these gill plates, take that little loop, get it started like that, okay? I like to take this lead and put it right about where his mouth meets the beak. So, what I like to do is separate the floss, and I like to make an X. I like to hold it with my finger. One goes through one side. Like I said, I like to make the X. You can see the X on there. I hold it and I pull it through
back through the eye.
Back through the eye. So now you got two sides to your tag here. You got a nice little X up there. Sometimes you can adjust it, if you have to, and make it like that, almost perfect. But I like to take my thumb, pull down on the tag ends, and take the lead and push it, fairly hard up inside the mouth there. And then when I do, I take on the outside and I squeeze it. What I'm going to do is just make an old overhand knot, pretty simple. Lay that thing down, pull on that, take your two ends. You can just about guide the knot. Put it right behind that lid, just like that.
Cut your excess off.
Yes, sir.
Simple as that.
So,
and that bait will perform and swim. Look how limber that is too, because like I said earlier, he got all the guts out of there, all the poop. And that right there is about as good as it gets. And this kind of formed in Costa Rica, didn't it? This kind of floss rig. This is a new age, new style rig now. A lot of guys are switching to this. You just take your J hook or a circle hook,
either one.
Put it right through there. What size hook do you use on
I like a 7-0.
7-0?
Circle hook when I'm doing fishing with that bait, or a 6 or 7-0 little short shank J hook.
And now, if you're not bill fishing, it doesn't have to be inline. It could be offset. But what do you prefer? You prefer inline or offset circle?
I like it inline. Just
more true.
Yeah, I try to go under the X. I try to grab a little piece of skin to where it's just taking that bait and getting his head down to where he'll swim.
Right. Well, there's your floss rig right there. That's one of my true favorites too. That or very similar is the O-ring swivel. But you prefer the floss rig.
I prefer the floss. I've had more success with the floss.
Now I like this right here. Why he prefers the floss? Tell me, why do you prefer the floss? Because when you told me, remember the drop back?
Yeah.
So a lot of times on the O-ring, that O-ring, that wire you said,
right, it will pull on a bite. You'll see it sometimes. It'll pull all the way up, and you'll come back with nothing but the head. With this thing, it's a little bit better as far as not pulling because it's so tight up here. And if it does miss it, he'll come back because you got your bait still on there.
And then your hook's still right there instead of out front.
Here, yeah, exactly.
It's a very good point there.
Very good. So, moving on. These are pretty much simple mahi baits that I like to use. Get either a medium or a select bait. Pretty much just an old chugger head with a little bit of duster on it. 1/2 ounce weight, 8 or 9 aught hook, J hook, some wire. What I try to do is measure this out to where that hook and that lead will be. The hook's almost right there where the gill plates start. That's where you want it. I take my thumb and put it right there. And I go left or right, it doesn't really matter. On the side, just sort of, it's like a bass worm almost.
Bend your bait with it.
Yeah. Try to get it right in the middle. Get your hook back. And pretty much perfect.
So your bait's not binded up.
Right.
Your bait's laid perfectly fat with that hook.
Right. And sometimes it happens, you know, if you get too much on there, you can just take your knife and go forward a little bit, just enough to where it will unbend it.
Make a little slit there.
Yes, sir. I like to take my wire and go around the gills, make sure my fins are down, and I go through the front side of the lead. I like to cinch her down pretty good. Take that and go around the back side of the lead. So it's almost holding that lead right there, just like that.
And it closes the gills.
Closes the gills up too. A lot of people don't understand this part, but if you take this, and it can be tricky, but you go through the bottom lip up through the top.
Closes that mouth.
Closes that mouth up. Closes it up. You want that bait on there pretty good. I go back through the eyes, and I like to make a couple of X's up here. So I'm going to go this way, across. I'm going to bring it underneath and go the opposite direction. See how the X is? I'm going to go back through the eyes, and I'm going to make another X. And then once I get a couple, 2 or 3 X's on there, I just finish it out, wrapping it around the bill. I always cut a lot of extra wire. I'd rather have enough than not enough. But I do put several wraps on this, you know, pretty firm.
Down the bill.
Yes, sir.
And always keep that monofilament on the bottom side of that bill.
Right there on the back side. You don't want it on the side. It will determine it. Yeah, exactly. Cut a little bit of that off the bill.
There you go. So now this is typically more of, I guess you would say, the old school way of rigging, because you can make 100 of these, throw them in the cooler, get them going. And you can make 100 of those too. But sometimes this is more user friendly. Some people prefer this way. You put this on a snap swivel, toss it over.
Right.
She's ready to go. That right there, that'll catch anything in the ocean. That'll catch a 500-pound blue marlin, 50-pound dolphin, or 72-pound wahoo.
There you go.
So
there you go.
So that's honestly one of my favorite baits as well. Fish it on a short rigger. I don't know about you, but do you fish this short, long? Where do you fish this?
Anywhere. I put them on flat line, the shorts along.
Yeah.
I caught the wahoo, I think, on a long rigger. I was making a turn, it sort of sunk. And when I went straight, there he was.
There you go. If you're gonna listen to anybody, listen to this guy. So what else we got here?
Good way to show a teaser. If you run squid chains, call this a pluck or a chase bait. Everybody has a different way of doing it. I like a big ballyhoo behind it. Pretty much see how long it is. You put it on the back of your squid chain. Just a loop. There's not going to be a hook in this. You take that loop, pretty much set it right about
right behind the gills.
Yeah, right there. Take your lead, push down on that, push your lead right up inside.
Okay.
Same way as I did the other bait, I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to go around the gills. And I'm going to go to the front side of that lead and go through the eyes. And you want that lead to not really move a lot. You want that thing to set right where it is. That's what's going to keep his head down and keep him swimming.
And that's why you put the wire in front of the lead to start, because it keeps that lead back.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And then we're going to go around the back side of it. It's almost like a little handle.
Yep. Just keeps it cradled right there.
Yes, sir. And Now we're going to go right up through the bottom lip, up through the top one. Close it right up. Same as I did before. I'm going to take this wire and go through the eyes. I'm going to make me an X, at least 2 of them. X. And then we're just going to run her on out to the end.
Coming down the bill.
Yep.
Same as this one.
Same as that one. Holds it on there pretty good. I mean, it's going to take a lot to get this off.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a toothy critter, maybe not, but you know, billfish, big dolphin, tuna. You know, if they miss it, it pulls out of their head. Usually, you still have your bait on there.
Right. Now I notice a lot of tackle stores, you go in there and they have tubes of copper wire.
Mm-hmm.
I notice that you're using the silver.
I prefer this, the Maline.
Yeah, the Maline
Yeah,
wire is
the
that.
Monel, and to me it's a little bit stronger.
Stronger.
Doesn't corrode as fast as the copper. Copper's good. I mean, you know, this is a little more expensive, but it's good stuff.
You can reuse this wire
Yes,
more
sir.
times than you can the copper.
Yeah.
See, it's little tips and stuff like this that might help you guys in rigging your baits the proper way as professionals do.
And this is pretty much right here. You break him down. You can see how limber he is.
Yeah.
And you got your little loop there to put on a swivel inside your squid chain.
Yeah.
And
Have a bunch of these on ice too, because like you said, there'd be a bunch of fish come up there and pile on the on the squid chain that's behind it, and you know, toothy critter cut that in half, bring that in, clip on another one, put him right back out there.
It's just made for a pluck or a teaser. You see a fish on it, what you want to do is pull your squid chain away from him. Hopefully he falls back and eats bait back in your spring.
There you go. So then we got two hook rigs and one teaser rig there, and that right there is pretty much. I hope this helps you guys. So the new up and coming tournament fishermen, people that want to get into tournament fishing. I mean, he's been doing it since the dinosaur ages. So, and he's won a lot of tournaments. He knows more about fishing than a lot of people out there. So you want to really listen to these guys and take in what they're teaching you, because this could potentially help you win that $50,000 first place. So, and you know what? You're probably going to be fishing against this guy in the tournament, so you might want to be fishing the same rigs he's fishing right next to him. So, anything else you got to add here, Cap?
That's about it. You know, there's a lot of different ways, but I fish the way that best works for me. There is different ways that people like to do them, like you said with a floss rig. Some people like O-rings or swivels. I just fish the way that works best for me.
Right.
And I pretty much stick with it, and I've had a lot of success with it. So.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your time,
Yes,
Cap.
sir.
And best of luck to you guys. Remember, we're on YouTube. Follow us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and we wish the best of luck to all y'all competing. We'll see you on the next episode.